Hi, my name is Chris and I'm currently doing a PhD with the University of Exeter. Today I'm going to give you a very short synopsis of the role of tattoos in maintaining an absence presence of a beloved companion animal after their death. Previously, I explored narratives associated with tattoos dedicated to companion animals within the framework of multi-species families. And that study is now published in Anthrozoos. I drew upon Holland's concept of nurture kinship, which describes how kinships are formed through acts of nurture between individuals, and Charlin's notion of kinship as mutuality of being. And I'm not suggesting that companion animals are always kin, but the act of acquiring something as permanent as a tattoo, I say, is evidence of a more lasting bond, and one that goes beyond the grave. Several participants in that study had tattoos commemorating a deceased companion animal. Attachment theory explains continuing bonds as continued attachment with your loved one, despite their physical death, through an emotional, spiritual, or cognitive attachment. Continuing bonds with the deceased are maintained through memories, possessions, the desire to carry on a legacy, or to continue the tasks in memory of a deceased loved one. The notion of grief work as continuing bonds, which can be facilitated by memorial tattoos, is something that I'm exploring further, now drawing upon my own experience. This is Sophie. She died last year, shortly after my first tattoo paper was accepted for publication. Her image is now immortalized on my right forearm, the spot where she laid down her head and closed her eyes forever. Due to the global pandemic, I had to wait to get the tattoo. However, the process of mulling over the design and finding an artist was part of the process, which culminated with the ritual of the inking itself. Returning home that day with my new tattoo, I felt like I was bringing Sophie home. In the preceding months, I had felt relief from anticipatory grief, which had drained me during her illness. I felt guilt over feeling relieved. I felt guilt that I had allowed her to suffer so long, and also that I had given up on her too soon. The tattoo helped me forgive myself and remember the 15 good years and appreciate the precious moments of the last few months of her life. Now I sometimes stroke the soft fur that has grown over her portrait, and I feel like she will always be a part of me. Traditional bereavement theories emphasized emotional disengagement from the deceased as a necessary final step in successful bereavement adaptation. However, contemporary theorists have asserted that continued emotional attachments with the deceased is a normative and even positive part of the bereavement adaptation. Classetel proposed a new paradigm of healthy grieving, whereby the bereaved continue their relationship with the deceased and adjust over time to redefine their relationship. This allows the attachment to continue, but in a new way. Maintaining an absence presence refers to the practices of memorialization and remembrance that results in bereavement being mediated through different material forms and practices, including expressions of continuing bonds. Memorial tattoos can be important tools for maintaining this absence presence by opening dialogue through embodied storytelling. Similar to many of my participants, I enjoy talking about Sophie and welcome questions asking if that is my cat or a random cat. However, this eagerness to talk about the subject of their tattoos was not true for all my participants, and this may be something that changes over time. Unlike some of my participants, I have not yet come across anyone telling me my tattoo is stupid. Unfortunately, such insensitivity is not uncommon for those who mourn companion animals. However, the act of acquiring a tattoo can be a means to empower an individual and legitimize their grief by demonstrating the importance of the bond they shared. In various cat appreciation Facebook groups, threads showing off tattoos dedicated to individual cats are frequent and often attract many responses in the form of tattoo images and associated narratives. A goal of mine is to help build a community space for sharing companion animal tattoos, images of companion animal tattoos and associated stories. So please feel free to contact me if you're interested in collaborating or helping to build such a community. This final slide provides some key references I briefly alluded to. They are by no means comprehensive, and I'm happy for you to contact me via email and look forward to your questions, comments, and suggestions.